No, no, Taro.
I'm going to be partnering with Tail Devil on affiliated marketing. Everyone, this is Function Skater on TikTok, and here are 4 reasons why you should own a Tail Devil. The first reason is Tail Devil is easy for beginners to experience a more
cinematic
film with less. People who have been skating in their 20s, when they were teenagers, and in their 30s, right? They've all had one thing in common. They all skate curbs. As you know that slappy is when you take your weight with the current speed that you're going and you transition it from the flat ground up onto the curb. The point that I was making about all of that, as soon as you're up on top of the curb and you just like try and skid with your tail, not only will you do new tricks in the process of doing that, the Tail Devil acts as a guard for your board that keeps it safe from all of your exploring. In a way, you have the opportunity to really innovate your personal self and how you skateboard. If we put it on a mathematical or a statistical scale for competition levels, like Jefferson, I don't know if you guys have ever skated at that park. There's a 14-foot gap, and there's a video of like a 13-year-old kid going down it, alling from the top all the way down. So if you're 30 years old or older and you're getting back into skateboarding, that's basically what you're competing with, you know, to get noticed if you want to skate for skill. Trying to have like your own, you know, personal journey, grow, track your progress, all of that. Less focus and hyperfixation on your actual growth, and people will actually come around more because they'll be able to identify that it's more genuine. You're not doing this for followers or for likes or for views. I have had TikTok for about 5 years now, and I have never really had an opportunity to sell on top of my TikTok shop. I'm proud to say that are the first product that has to do with skateboarding. And reason number 2 why you should have a Tail Devil is because when you go skate at night, it can get hard to see. You may not have the best opportunities, but this is breeding a perfect environment for you and your skateboard to have creative clips. Essentially, you go to somewhere like Green Lake at the tennis courts, you gotta go home at 10 o'clock, right? Because all the lights are going off now. But with Tail Devil, it's gonna create an environment to where you wanna have lights in a setup to be able to capture what you can create. When you're in the dark and you're in slow-mo, on slow-mo cameras, typically, they don't capture as much light, so when whatever you're shooting in slow-mo for be good and transferable to other files and to just look a lot more better, you're going to want to have it where there's lots of good lighting on. And so essentially your background is going to be really dark, so when you have a Tail Devil and you're slapping curbs and you're like riding on it and you're sparking around the bowls and against rough concretes, it invites you to really challenge yourself to doing something you would have never been able to do prior. So that's reason 2 on why I am confident and why I think you should own a Tail Devil. Reason number 3 why you should have a Tail Devil is because this has been a product that's been around since the early innovation of skateboarding. Where skateboarding came from was in the 1950s. The earliest documentation was in Los Angeles, where of surfers, this famous guy going by Sidewalk Surfer. They needed a place to skate when the waves were flat. So surfers took skateboarding and made all kinds of contraptions, and some of them weren't pretty, but basically, like Tail Devil, before all of these big things came around, Tail Devil was an early innovator. So I'm sure skateboarding has taken place all over the world in different sections. I mean, until 1964 that there was a woman championship league for skateboarding in specifics, and 1965 was the market,
first female pro skater Patty McGee.
Skateboarding. So, you know, knowing a little bit more about that kind of information and knowing that this is how deep that this product is, Tail Devil, is integrated into skateboarding culture, it would almost be foolish for you not to go and buy one. Thank you all for watching.